Hey, I'm Ben Loftus from Harrison Consoles, and I'm here to introduce one of our new products, the Mixbus. It's a digital audio workstation, and it lets you record, cut, copy, paste, do all the things that you can do with a normal workstation. Just like all the commodity things that are out there, they all do the same things, generally speaking. But when we look at the mixer of most other workstations, they don't remind us of what it feels like to drive a Harrison console. You have to pop open a window to look at an EQ, or pop open a compressor window, and if you set the compressor so that the threshold makes sense, and then you later do some editing, there's no way to see what happened in the plugin. And so it didn't feel like you were really driving it. It felt like things were being hidden from you all the time. So we decided to hot rod the mixer in this workstation so that it looks more like a Harrison console. We put in our DSP from our digital consoles. There's a very simple EQ. It's a little 3-band EQ, a simple compressor with some basic settings, and a threshold control and a speed knob that make it work really fast but do the things that you do most of the time. It has built-in tape saturation on the 8 mix buses. There are 8 stereo mix buses. And it has a master bus with another stage of tape saturation and tone controls and compression. And so the whole thing flows together. It starts off with tracks that have a really wide range of EQ that go plus minus 15 dB. There's another stage that has only plus minus 10, and then the final stage is plus minus 6. And the whole design of the mixer is to make that mix gel with as little work as possible. You throw up the faders and it'll just sound fantastic, but just more like the way things used to work with a real console, which is what we make. So our idea was to bring all those concepts into a DAW and sort of put our spin on it. So this is the main screen, and I can scan my eye across the console and see the gain reduction on all the strips all at one time, which is really cool. After you get beyond that, of course, we get into the editing, and those things are all pretty similar on a lot of workstations. We've borrowed some of the best features that we like, the Smart tool that lets you select a range of time and cut it out, or select a range and cut, copy, paste, or at the bottom half of the waveform you can click and it grabs the region. And all the typical shortcuts, plug-in loading. We load audio units, plugins, and we use core audio interfaces so that we're trying to be as as compatible with everything out there as we possibly can. This was done in collaboration with an open source project that's been around about 10 years, and that gives us another level of openness. It confuses a few people because they're seeing some parts of a workstation that they've seen before that's open source, but we have gone in and added in all of our special Harrison type things that make it really special. And we also provide customer service and support. We provide email support, and we help with installation and those kind of issues. And so it's a really professional product, and we've got engineering resources that these open source projects don't have. So we have DSP engineers, we have graphics guys, we have automation guys, we have things that only a console manufacturer has, very specialized people, because we're used to dealing in big consoles. So it's not somebody who's coming from the world of an Excel spreadsheet, cutting, copying, and pasting pieces of audio around. This is somebody who's coming from the land of, well, we've already got $1 million consoles that are being really critiqued on the sound of the EQs. That's something that most DAW manufacturers didn't come from. And the changes in EQs and the way the summing is done are extremely subtle, but we've had 30 years of console building and over 10 years of digital high-end console building to work through some of figure out exactly which of those parameters are meaningful and which ones are not, and which ones work over a wide range of different operating parameters. Like drums sound good when you do it that way, and vocals sound good when you do it that way. But we have to find something that sounds good on both. And we've had a lot of experience having to do that. And that's what makes Mixbus a different animal than the other workstations that you might see.